Hi everybody, my name is Dawn Greer, and I'm here to tell you about women in the entertainment industry. The specific purpose that I have is to inform you, my audience, about how women are now a huge part of the entertainment industry. The central idea of my speech is to let people know that women are becoming more and more common in the entertainment industry. And when I mean entertainment industry, I mean behind the scenes as directors, as sportscasters, actresses that are of plus size, and much, much more with music and referees. They now have women referees in the NFL. And before the early 90s, and earlier even than that, when I was growing up, because I'm 51, I don't look it, but when I was a little girl, I never saw women in the entertainment industry at all. You only saw them as like assistants or aides or things like that. So now mainly there's women referees, there's women executives in sports, women owners of teams in sports, and in the music industry there's big plus women. And women are getting nominated more and more for Oscars and Emmys and ESPYs and everything, which is great. You definitely want to see that. And when I was researching my speech, I was lucky I got to speak online to one of the women that is the head of the Raiders. Her name is Amy Trask, and she has a really good book out. You should definitely check it out. And there's a lot that I found out about the music industry, the entertainment industry, and more. Because a little bit about me is that I was a photojournalist, so I worked for the Raiders back in the late 90s. When I was working in the late 90s, I think that there was maybe one or two other photojournalists that was a woman. And when I went into that locker room, it scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry to use that language, but I was sitting there looking at guys like, what am I supposed to do? And the promoter guy, he's like, ask the questions, take the pictures. And I was like, it's just embarrassing. It was hard. But nowadays you'll see tons of women, and men don't care what they do in the locker rooms. So I wanted to explain more and more about women that are actually in the industry and the various jobs that the women have. Once women were usually only allowed to be like personal assistants or the sexy actress, that you had to wear a bikini or you had to wear some really sexy clothes, and even black and white models back in the days. You never really saw plus size models. But now you're seeing more and more of all different sizes on TV. And the women that are broadcasters, that are like some of my heroes, because I always wanted to be a broadcaster, are Erin Andrews and Clarissa Thompson, and they're on Fox. So I watch football with my dad on the weekends, and sometimes we see them. And then I don't know if a lot of you know of this, but Sofia Coppola, her father is Francis Ford Coppola. She's now an award-winning director, along with Patty Jenkins, and Penny Marshall, who used to be on Laverne and Shirley. So, and I know Laverne and Shirley is a little bit before some of your times, but I remember it. And women have many more opportunities now, and they're growing and growing and growing, and it's great. Men respect the women. They treat Erin and Clarissa just like they're one of the men on TV. They give them jokes, do the same things they do with the other men. So it's great. And some women that are higher executives, that are the owners of the team. There's 10 female owners in the NFL now. Isn't that wonderful? And then we have Jeannie Buss. She's the contributing owner and president of the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team. So, but we have a Chicago Bears owner that's a woman, Virginia. We have Patricia, who is a Pittsburgh Steeler. We have Norma Hunt, who's a Kansas City Chiefs. We have Sheila Ford Hamp, who's Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, and Martha Ford, who's also a Detroit Lions. And then when I was speaking with Amy Trask about being the CEO of the Raiders, because I told her that I did some photographing a long time ago, and she actually remembered who I was, she was saying that about a third of her staff now is women. And I think that's amazing, because my papa, who would have been 103 this year, I believe, he used to go to all the games in the 60s and the 70s when they were the Oakland Raiders, and he said there was never any women, ever. Not even in the stands, hardly. Except the ones that wanted to get drunk. So, I don't know. But I also wanted to inform you that the plus-size women, the colored women, and the gay women are all now also becoming very big in movies and on TV. It started out with Ellen and Oprah. Ellen is gay, Oprah is a black woman. But they became famous and they became known. And then after them, there became lots of other people. Ricky Lake. In the music business, we have Lizzo and Adele and Aretha Franklin started. And in the movies and on TV, we have Chrissy Metz, who was in This Is Us. We have Roseanne, obviously, but she had that surgery. We have Melissa McCartney. And she's in all kinds of movies. The famous one that she's known for is Ghostbusters 2. And then we have Rebel Wilson. She's in all kinds of movies. And Lady Gaborni, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Gaborni Sidloff, I believe. She was in Precious, and she won an award. Now, in conclusion, I wanted to let you know, you can now understand that we have a lot more women in this industry in the decade in the past, since the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and even 90s. You're now seeing women. And I focused my presentation on sports and music and entertainment, just so that you can understand a little bit of what women are doing now. I mean, they take over a lot of men's jobs, but they're still doing a lot. And then we have those referees even that are in football. I think that's really, really neat. And so now women all have an opportunity to do just what men do in the sports industry and in the entertainment industry. And even back in the old days, they would say women had to sleep their way to the top. Well, as you can see from TV and on websites, nowadays men are getting caught and they're not going to be around. So good luck to all you women. I'm still pursuing my dream of being a photojournalist and writing a book. So I hope all of you do well. Thank you and have a good night.